That's such a good description. You just start up, and then you actually get to the home, like your login screen, and then that takes a while to like log in user, and then once you're actually on the desktop, it still takes a minute for it to actually like load all your apps and shit. Yeah, you pretty much just actually fully woke up. Understood. Applebee's had fucking hands, apparently. Fucking hands. That's the moral of today's story. Applebee's with hands. Yes. Yeah, that all is correct. To remixing. About the same. Oh, I see. I see what you did. You just extended it in a way that like makes sense. It might be worth it to just extend it with that one. Ah, so you just made the whole thing bigger. You made the whole paper bigger. I see what you did. Okay. So, are you ready to go say hello to the world? I think I probably should. Oh, well, I've been thinking of moving away from that. So I might just screen the sound effect I have going. Ah, no, I should.
It's such a good... It's so useful to be able to, like, draw you a map. So useful.
That's okay. It didn't really, but like we'll get into it here in a second. Yeah. Was that for like min-max the space on here? Okay. I'm gonna be getting a new desk soon, and it's gonna work a lot better for streaming. Oh, sorry, what was that?
With Aunt Virginia's.
Opera GX is so good. How long do we think? What? Like this session? A few hours at least, I would guess. Yeah. You can go shorter if you need. Okay. Hell yeah. I think everything's ready. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Cloud Jumper. Congrats on first. It's refreshing to have new people get first. Say hi, Latrap.
Hello.
Your,
Yes,
I need to get your
please.
PNG. There you are.
YouTube. Oh. Hi, close his head. Everything is fine.
You just
Oh, I'm pre-rolls. We love pre-rolls.
pre-rolls.
Hello.
Get fucked. Here we go. Make it a
Yeah,
little bigger.
We love it here. I should get a Pepsi.
You should get a Pepsi. This stream sponsored by Pepsi. I fucking wish.
Don't tempt me.
So are you someone who likes Pepsi over other sodas, or you just like Pepsi?
So like, okay, I have a ranking in my head, and it's probably gonna be wrong. I think my favorite sodas actually Dr. Pepper,
Dr. Pepper, good. That's base.
but specifically Pepsi Nitro is like my favorite drink out of anything. And then Dr. Pepper, and then like Coca-Cola, they had a collab with League of Legends, and their soda slaps.
I see. I see.
What did they call the flavor? Oh, I think they called it EXP flavor.
EXP flavored? Damn.
Yeah, it's actually like crazy.
They really fucking went for it, didn't they?
Yeah, it's like good. It's like they mixed Hawaiian Punch with Coca-Cola, but like it's not dry.
Where the fuck? What the fuck are the colors? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Give me just a second. There it is.
We're prepared.
The Carolina Marsh Tacky, or Marsh Tacky, is a critically endangered breed of horse, native to South Carolina. It is a member of the colonial Spanish group of horse breeds, which also includes the Florida Cracker Horse and the Bangor Horse of North Carolina. Ooh, that's super interesting. I didn't realize that there were endangered horse breeds.
Wait, actually.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, breeds can go in and out of existence if they just, like, get bred into other things.
Speaking of endangered animals, I dislike pandas.
I'm sorry. You
don't
can leave now.
Oh, okay.
You made a fatal error in disliking pandas.
Do you like pandas?
I love pandas. Why would I like pandas?
Why?
What is your problem? Because they're big and adorable.
Yeah, but they do like nothing for the environment.
They actually help regulate bamboo.
Bamboo doesn't like, isn't it alien? It doesn't encroach on like anything else.
Is your entire view of animals how environmentally important they are?
That's part of it.
I mean, okay, so like let's talk about pandas. They eat a lot of different bamboo, and they do hold a niche in the ecosystem so that the bamboo does not completely take over everything. That is, they do have a job, you know, like they do have a place in the ecosystem. They're not just pointless.
I mean, like all they do is disperse seeds.
They don't even just bamboo doesn't even do that. That's not
Exactly.
even. It's not even what they do. But
They
like,
don't like do anything.
so the only thing that matters to you with an animal is what it does for other animals.
I mean, like,
Because like
I'm just saying, if pandas were like extinct, nothing would change that much.
we wouldn't have pandas, which are just inherently good boys. I would be sad that I would never get to see a panda again. I enjoy their existence. Like,
They're like,
have you never liked an animal because it's pretty, or because its behavior is cute, or because it can do cool things?
so like, I like the mantis shrimp, but like,
Right.
it does things.
But it doesn't. It doesn't do anything more than a panda does. It doesn't regulate the environment. It doesn't spread seeds. No coral relies on it.
Okay, but, like, it's a part of the food chain, though.
The pandas
Which is
are part of
already-
the food chain.
It
What do you
has
mean
no predators.
they're herbivores? Herbivores are part of the food chain. Their body gets eaten by scavengers like everything else. Okay, you cannot say that pandas don't do anything, and that's their problem, and that mantis shrimp do things. I think you just dislike that they don't have any, like, unique specific traits.
They're like, at those.
I mean, that's fair. But, like, you got, like, some hate for pandas. That's, like, really fucking something.
I do. It's like, the only reason why like they're still alive is because we humans try to keep them alive for our entertainment.
The only reason they're endangered is because we started killing them all.
Well, they can't like reproduce easily.
What?
They struggle with that. They struggle reproducing in the wild even.
They don't. They just have complicated mating rituals. Okay, so the big problem with pandas and humans is that they go up and down the mountain with the seasons. So the pandas in the fall eat a different kind of bamboo than they do in the winter, and it all grows at different elevations. And this is generally because they have to eat so much bamboo that they have to cover a wide area, and their mating rituals are tied to that migration. But if a human is on any level, it fucks it up.
I mean, also, to be fair, the bamboo isn't nutritious enough to give them a lot of energy for movement or mating.
I mean, yeah, that's why they eat so much.
Yeah, they waste their time.
What do you mean they waste their time? That's just the niche of the
weird.
ecosystem they have. You think they're gonna, like, wake up and start farming Bitcoin? There's
More than they're already doing.
There's no wasting their. That's just what they do. You think a mantis shrimp is wasting time because all it eats is fish?
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
it's
like,
not
they-
farming Bitcoin either. I think you're bothered that they get more attention than stuff like a mantis shrimp. I think that's your issue.
I mean, like, they get attention for doing nothing. Like,
They get attention for being cute. Have you seen them? They're giant oafs.
that's all they do.
They're also a very unique creature in that they're massive and they only eat bamboo, and such their behavior and psychology is also very unique. And they also look cool to people. Like, the fact that there's, like, such a gentle giant. Like, that's pretty much all the reason that people like animals at all.
Pandas
Like-
have attacked, though.
Like, what about red pandas? Are you bothered by those?
No, they have, like, an actual niche in the ecosystem.
So do pandas! Like,
All pandas do is, like, they have the same ecological niche as, like, a lawnmower.
but that's what sheep do?
Yeah,
That's...
but sheep are cattle.
What?
But sheep are like cattle.
But not before
Yeah.
humans! They did the
Yeah,
same
but-
thing!
I'm saying pre and post human pandas are doing nothing.
Pre and post-human, so many things are doing nothing. I mean,
Besides cattle.
are you
And
bothered
heads.
by, like, manatees? They just eat grass. That's all they do.
They get hunted. They have a ecological. They are part of the food chain usefully.
Pandas are also part of the food chain. Whales don't get hunted, and they're part of the food chain. All they do is eat krill.
They limit. They are the reason why shrimp and other mollusks and plankton have a carrying capacity. Without them, we would have overpopulation in the ecosystem.
Other things can eat krill, but at the same time, you would also have issues with bamboo. Humans
It's
have to
not
do that
hurting
now.
anybody.
Like that, there.
Nothing's wrong with bamboo though. Like bamboo doesn't.
Is bamboo the problem? Is that the issue? Is that bamboo is boring? That the whole thing is around bamboo and bamboo is boring? Because like you can't say that any animal doesn't have a niche in the ecosystem. If they didn't, they'd just die.
That's why pandas are extinct. They should finish the job.
They should finish the job. Oh my god. Wait,
The thing is, like bamboo.
they
Like,
were
bamboo isn't doing
fine.
anything. Yeah.
Bamboo does so many things. Like pandas existed so long before humans.
Yeah, they're solely there to just mow the lawn of bamboo.
That's all that cows did. That's all that like fucking even like horses did. And we got like a
Yeah,
horse
we found
fanatic in the chat.
But we found a useful horses and cows.
Are you saying that because they're not useful to humans that
Yes.
there's no point to them? Mantis shrimp don't have a use for humans.
Yeah, but they are the food source for other creatures that humans like.
So are
Thank you.
pandas.
Pandas are at the top of the food chain.
No,
Nothing
they're
eats a
not.
Panda in Asia.
Their carcass gets eaten all the time, and they can get hunted
No,
by
but
literal tigers.
that could be any animal that gets hunted, that gets like eaten.
Are you saying there's a specific predator for mantis shrimp? That like there's a predator that only goes after mantis shrimp, and that then
Yep.
makes mantis shrimp more valuable?
Yes.
What?
Sharks, octopi, and tuna all eat mantis shrimp.
Well, that's not one specific creature. And so that's the same thing as a panda being eaten by other creatures. You haven't given me a single unique thing to the panda that makes it bad, that it does or does not have. It just is a creature that you find boring. It doesn't make it like worse. It's not even
Oh,
like a
it's
mosquito
lazy.
that's annoying.
Mosquitoes are like useful to the ecosystem.
It's not that pandas aren't useful to everything has a niche in the ecosystem. Like, okay, what do you think happens when the pandas eat all of that bamboo? It gives space for new growth that
For
then
new
gives
bamboo?
food for so many other animals, because a lot of things can't eat old bamboo or mature bamboo. A lot of things rely on the shoots. They're giant gardeners, basically. Mosquitoes suck ass.
Exactly, they do the same thing as a lawnmower.
And you're
I
saying
just
that's
don't think they're like.
bad? Even
I'm
though
saying that
they
anything else
because like
is more useful.
deer do that. They eat the brush in fucking forests to create new growth so that trees can be there, and they just get eaten by things.
Yeah, they also get hunted though. They support the food chain.
Dude, supporting scavengers is still supporting the food chain. And
Yeah, but anything
besides,
is- The thing
pandas
is, scavengers are opportunistic. They don't specifically go after say, "Ooh, that's a dead panda. Let me eat it."
right, but like
anything could do what a panda wants to do.
any
For the scavengers.
anything can eat a mantis shrimp. It's just a shrimp. I mean, it can kill shit, which is cool. But like
Kind of do.
that doesn't change its importance in the ecosystem. A panda creates the opportunities that other herbivores need. It's kind of like how there are vultures in Africa that only cut the skin of like rhinos and elephants and stuff because the other vultures can't do that because it's too thick. And by them taking up that niche, everything else can do their job. Pandas are like the same way. They prep bamboo forests so that everything else can have its say. They
I think
have.
it's something that we'll never agree on. I just think it's something we'll never agree on.
I just don't understand what the hate of pandas is. It because like they take up resources we could be using to take care of other animals?
No, because like nothing else really eats bamboo.
Because it's very low energy. Yeah, it just makes their niche more important, so that bamboo just doesn't like take over everything.
Bamboo doesn't spread like bamboo. Okay, I will say bamboo like grows fast. That's
Uh-huh.
something I will agree on, and that it needs to be culled.
Yeah.
But like red pandas also eat bamboo.
Not nearly enough, but I mean, it's still good. Yeah? That doesn't make pandas worse.
Oh man, pandas just suck.
Okay. Okay, we'll end on pandas just suck. No, we'll leave that as your official opinion. I will get it out of you one day why you hate panda. I feel like a panda killed your dad. I feel like this is like a Princess Bride, like a panda murdered your parents
I was in
at
the
some point.
alleyway. They made me Batman.
They made you Batman.
It made me Batman.
Okay, Cloud Trooper, let me back up. You
You
own
should
a
put
marsh tacky.
mosquitoes.
Hell yeah! Let me look at that picture.
Can you be allergic to mosquitoes?
Yeah, you can be allergic to anything. Oh,
I
interesting.
thought like mosquitoes just have that response to everybody.
It can be worse. Uh, the reaction to bites can be worse, but like generally people are at least a little bit allergic, yeah. And you can like I'm not super allergic to mosquitoes, so I don't have that bad of a reaction. And it can get worse or better with time. Allergy science is fucking fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I love allergy science. The way our really just immune system science. The hunted.
Yeah, I was
Indeed.
talking about it. How like I had the excess of like white blood cells. I'm like, damn it.
Your immune system's going too hard.
Yeah, it's on. It's like
It's on crack. It decided to
yeah.
not slow down. Okay. Let's uh backing up so you can remember the so we can remember
Events.
the events that led us here today. Um you, Spec, were a promising alchemic professor who
Indeed.
did not get along with anyone at your university and had a lot of kooky ideas about alchemy.
Yeah.
And someone tried to kill you by dumping you into a chute that led down into a hellscape of biotic machines. There was a giant, almost spider squid-like creature that first tried to kill you.
I remember the hallway had teeth.
Yes, the hallway had teeth, though that was your brain breaking. There were a number of others. You broke a rib, an arm, had one hell of a day. Eventually escaping using your randomized potions, and by luck of the draw, freezing the last amalgam you needed to get past before getting back on the city streets. And in an
Yes,
attempt...
sir.
Huh?
I said yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. And in an
I'm just
attempt
deliberating.
to get back at whoever tried to kill you, you knew you had a professor that really didn't like you back at the university, and so you healed up, you got some opium, took care of that addiction, and made your way to the university to investigate the office, in which you just burned it down because you were pretty convinced that she was the one that was going to kill you.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. I don't know if there was any other information. I think you
I
just
think it
kind of
was
did
kind
it.
of just spite.
Yeah, I think you just kind of did it out of spite, and you happen to be right. In which she locked you up, brought you down to some unknown underground facility, in which case you were strapped to a table, and you used your final potion that happened to light the room on fire, assumably killing everyone. But the process they were putting you through was incomplete, so it didn't completely destroy your personality, but it has saved your life. And now you wake up in kind of this large pile of rubble and ash in this room. Head kind of sticking out. You can feel yourself breathing. You can feel kind of a hand sticking out from one side. You can feel the pressure of all this stuff. The room itself is dark, with just a few thin beams of sunlight coming down from way up high, illuminating this room. Your body has become something different. It is gray and black and kind of a steel blue, and you're full of tubes and machinery. You can feel yourself breathing out of your hands, let alone your mouth. You have parts that you can feel but have never felt before. But you are undeniably you. You are undeniably you.
Gotcha. Real quick, just as a quick reminder, when I do checks, do I tell you what I'm checking, or do I give you the values as well, like at the same time?
You just give me what you're doing, and then what...
So, like, I'm gonna put this much points into it.
Huh?
So I just like say how much I'd put into something to do something.
No, you say specifically what you're using. So, like, if it's strength or finesse, and then what you're doing with that, and then you save the specific numbers until after I'm ready.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So first thing first, I'm still on the table, I assume, or like where I was.
Yeah, you're where you were, but it seems like everything in this room has kind of burned down.
Is there anything left in this room, or is it all ash?
Well, it's pretty much all ash. There's some, like, big chunks of material. And you do see this one symbol kind of on the wall.
Is it a symbol that I recognize from anything?
It is not. This is what's left. Imagine that's symmetrical.
Ah, of course. Right. In this room, is there any doors or anything, or is it a sealed room?
There is a door. There is a door, kind of on the far side, and it is open, actually.
Right. And you said that there's light peeking in from above. Is there a window, or is it like the room is dilapidated and the like light is going through like the wall, or like through rocks or holes?
So it's kind of both. There is a grate far above you, but it is through multiple layers of facility.
Oh, so I'm like deep underground.
You're deep underground, but light is now getting to you because it has burned so badly.
Gotcha.
The room was it it was pretty flammable when you lit that on fire. It was very funny chance of potion.
Yeah. The panic potion.
Yes, the panic
do
potion.
I feel any fatigue, or do I feel like I'm back to what should be 100%?
You feel better than you did before, actually. You used to feel more frail than you do now. But you feel
more sturdy.
You feel more sturdy, and you also feel, well, a lack of hunger, thirst, more calm, I guess. Less mortal, but more alive.
We take less mortal.
Huh?
I said we take less mortal.
We take less mortal.
I feel like the best thing to do is just leave. I don't actually know. I gotta get we don't know. I wouldn't know if that director is alive or not, right?
No. You can see as you kind of like get up out of the pile, you can see remnants on the ground of cloaks and bits of cloth and whatnot. And so you can assume maybe some people didn't get out alive, but you don't know if anyone actually died or anything like that.
I remember there being like jars of not creatures but metallic parts
Yes.
in research. Do I see anything in this room that would look like that, or remnants of those things?
You see bits of glass and jars and charred bits of things. You can search if you would like, but nothing seems alive. The walls are all completely charred. The room was really filled with this fire.
If there are any metallic pieces of something that I would recognize, I would like to pick it up. Could I use analysis, or awareness to look for any pieces?
Both, in fact.
Uh,
You said
So I
you're
would tell
using
you-
analysis and awareness
yes.
for pieces that you recognize?
For pieces that I recognize, or any metallic pieces in general.
Okay.
I tell you the end result with the modifier, right?
Yes. Whole thing in total.
So it'd be 5 awareness, 9 analysis.
5 awareness, 9 analysis. Okay. So the room is a brutal mess. It's full of clumps of ash and soot and destroyed bits. The things you're looking for, as you kind of piece it together, you notice that, like, beneath the shelves where they should have just fallen, some of them are knocked away or farther into the room than they would have otherwise been. So it looks like there was a panic of some kind. It's hard to find many things, but you do find a couple of metal things that have roughly survived the fire. It was hot enough to melt them, but not entirely. You see bits that look like eyes and maybe like a hand or an arm or an appendage of some kind, but most of them are just complex pieces that maybe they were an organ, maybe there was something else, but without context, they
Gotcha.
don't make that much sense.
And do they look technological, or do they look partly biological?
They all look partly biological, and especially with the 9 in analysis, you can see that most of the pieces that were most vulnerable were the biological pieces.
Gotcha. I feel like this is all I'm gonna take a good mark of the spiral symbol,
Okay.
and I think from there I'm gonna leave the room. See how to get out. Reminds me of the first time I was going down a chute.
True.
The old glory days.
The glory days.
Oh, real quick, I feel like I would check to see if my alchemy works the same. So I assume I would try the roulette magic. Yeah, I'd try the roulette magic. I'd see what happens.
Okay, yeah. As you stand, you see that coming out of your shoulder is this big wheel, right?
You like the wheels.
Your shoulder is like here. Mostly behind and above you. And on it, there are like lots of these little chambers. And as you cast this spell, this ability, it's kind of like this innate sense in you. As you cast it, you feel all of the energy go away and it click twice. And in those chambers are created 2 potions. Do you have any specifications on the containers they are in? Because that is up to you.
I feel like it'll be right to be like a flim. What's that? Like I don't know how to describe this without like actually being disgusting, but I think it's right to be disgusting. Like the type of skin that like snakes or frogs have as eye lids,
Oh yeah, their
like
second
a
eyelids.
filmy kind of
Membrane.
like malleable kind of membrane. Yeah, I think that's like it would be sort of that.
I see. So kind of fleshy, not hard.
Yeah,
Like a sack. A sack of spell.
a stack of. Yeah, we love that.
We love a sack of spell.
And they are randomized.
Yes. Which I am getting those now.
Are you spinning a wheel or is it like how are you deciding random?
I'm doing 3 random 10s and then picking
Gotcha.
those attunements.
Do I know the attunements or will I know after they're used?
You know the attunements.
Or is it just gonna oh I know the attunements of them?
Uh-huh. So, let's see here. It is light.
Okay.
Light, water, mind for the first one.
Oh, wow. I'm already anxious.
Okay. Let me write this down.
Same. I have to take notes as a fellow man of science.
Mm-hmm. What is the trigger condition for this potion?
Water. This is gonna be ingested. This is ingested.
It always adds a spicy layer. Oh my god. Oh, it's that one. Oh, that's a
oh my god, it's that one.
That could be weird. Okay.
Oh no.
So what's the trigger condition?
This is ingested.
Ingested, okay.
Ingested. Will there ever be a time where like a spell won't work with this trigger?
Yes, that can happen.
Okay. Oh yeah, I have no mana now. Or no MP.
Okay, so the next one is life, fire.
Oh. I like fire. That's gonna be thrown. That's definitely gonna be thrown. When shattered, I should say.
Okay. Yeah, like just leaving your hand is I wasn't gonna
Thrown.
make you not do that, but that would have been an easy trigger.
Said oops. I was tossing it in my hand. You threw it.
You know what's funny? Shatter could almost be splatter.
Oh god. So I have light, water, mind, ingested, and life, fire thrown.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Let me add a little reminder.
So
So it's light, water, mind. Nope, that's lightning.
you love anxiety. I don't know why this character just gives me anxiety now with this ability.
It's almost because it's like such a deal with the devil now.
Oh yeah, of
Before
course.
before it was something like you couldn't take responsibility for the cost of the spells, and that was just going to kill you randomly. Now it's about how you use them, and that's a little.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are your little guys, your potions.
Oh, I feel like this would have been in character. In the room, the first room, was there any way? Was there anything I could use to like, um, what's the word? Essentially, like graffiti over the symbol that I saw to like deface the symbol.
Yeah, there are ways to do that.
Yeah, I would definitely just like rub some ash on it, mess it up a little bit. Partly to like skew the image to be unrecognizable if people that didn't know about it wouldn't be able to like recognize it as something.
I see. Yeah, you
This is
could
for
smudge ash over it if you wanted.
yeah, I would definitely smudge ash. I don't want people to like find this out and then look into it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um. oh, that was wrong. Okay. You, in the next series of rooms, you find kind of a large facility. It extends. Let's do a pink.
Does it seem like the damage of the room seems contained in that one room? Does everything outside of the hallway seem normal?
No. In fact, it's all burned.
Oh, it was
It's
that strong of a spell.
red. No, it's just it was that strong of chemicals that were in the room.
Ah, I gotcha. Burnable, like any good human.
Yes. The pieces they were making. It extends into one large room. A number of hallways shooting off. This room is full of beakers and large life support systems. It seems like they were testing on many things, but mostly the biomechanical kind. All throughout. A little haphazard. They seem to have been installed after this room was made. But you can see that each one of these things, almost everyone, there's two in the back that are a little okay. When the fire got to them, they heated up and then exploded, and the fluid that was in them was flammable, and thus made everything worse.
That was like a chain reaction of.
Yeah. And being that the whatever fluid it was burned and must have burned incredibly hot because it did melt the metal and move up through layers. And this got into insulation and wiring and all that.
You said like the last two beakers or vials seemed
Two in the back.
all right.
Yes. The fire was not as ravenous back this way.
Do I notice anything about the liquids, or like, is there no liquids anymore?
The liquid, you can check farther if you want, but on glance, it is a thick, almost silvery slime.
And is there anything solid strewn among like any pieces of things that were tested on, or anything in here?
Well, in those chambers, there are kind of half-finished pieces, bodies of something. They have limbs and a core, but these seemed very not done, or maybe tested in some random way.
Yeah, he's still a scientist. He's still gonna look at this. Yeah, he's gonna step closer. He's gonna examine the two. Are they like vials or like chambers or like tubes, kind of.
Big tubes. Think
Big
like
tubes.
clone tubes.
Gotcha.
Though these
I'm
are
thinking about, like,
smaller than that. Like there are different sizes among them, and these are kind of a couple of the smaller ones.
yeah, he's gonna try to inspect the tubes with probably. I think this is just full analysis. He's just analyzing what he sees, trying to make sense of it.
Okay.
That'd be 14.
14. Okay, so looking into these tubes, getting closer, you can see there's almost a green tint to the glass. It's thick glass. It's surprisingly kind of cheap glass. It's got this kind of like tint haze to it going across, and behind you have all of that silvery liquid, right, kind of flowing throughout the machine.
And is it just liquid, or is there anything with the liquid?
There is something in there, and you get a little bit of sense of what it is based on the base of this pillar, where you can see different settings for temperature and like salinity and whatnot at the base. It was definitely something that was alive, but it wasn't growing in the typical way. Inside, you see a small lump. It's got a couple limbs coming off of it. It seemed like a piece of a bigger thing. It's kind of jagged on one side. Considering the size of the pillar, it was probably assumed to grow. It's got all kinds of tubes. It looks very similar to you.
Gotcha. And it appears dead, or.
Mm-hmm.
The buttons on, you said that there were buttons nearby. Is there any button that, or like, I don't want to say freeze, but like empties the tube or like freeze it?
Drains it?
Yeah, like,
they aren't. Well, yeah, there would be a drain. Yeah, no, they would be labeled. There's a drain button to the side if you want to hit that.
I think he's draining it.
Okay, sweet. You drain the liquid, and this little. Well, kind of big. It's a 2-foot sub kind of shape.
Gotcha.
Is left at the bottom. The tube itself, you can hear a kind of like it kind of unseals, and like this terrible smell hits you. It's like old plastic, and it's like old plastic and like compost almost. But the tube, you hear it like get stuck as it's trying to move up, and it's maybe just an inch available.
Is it possible to like take the creature out from the tube?
You could. It's a couple inches. You could probably reach your hand in and touch it, but it definitely is a little too big. You'd probably have to break the tube.
And you said the tube seems dirty or flimsy?
It's thick glass, but it seems cheap. Like the green tint seems to be from a low quality, as if this place was made with recycled materials. So it's enough to keep the liquid in, but it doesn't seem impact proof. It's probably why they heated up and exploded in the first place.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to shatter the glass.
Okay.
What's use for that? I think it's gonna be a mix of strength and finesse.
If you want to deal damage, you can just use attack.
I could just attack it.
Yeah, if you want to do anything else during the attack, like make sure you don't, get glass shards in you.
Yeah,
that's
use
another
a little
story.
bit of finesse to not, like a clean impact and like not a shatter.
What are you hitting it with?
I think I don't have a weapon, so I'm gonna use my head. He's gonna use his fist. He knows his hand is metal or metallic like.
Okay.
Um,
Let me know those scores.
it'd be a 5 in attack, a 6 in finesse.
5 in attack, 6 in finesse. You punch this glass. You feel it reverberate. You do not see any cracks yet. Your hand kind of fucking hurts from punching the thing. You are not immune to pain, turns out. You're
Nice to know.
squishier than you expected to be.
Metallic but soft.
Metallic but soft. You still have hooves, if I might make a suggestion.
I would like to use my hooves.
There we
Do
go.
the hooves seem hard?
The hooves do seem like solid metal. No.
I think I would use the same thing again of 6 in finesse and 5 in attack with my hooves.
Okay. Using the hooves is a very different story. That is lethal. And when you kick the side, you feel a chip and a crack in the glass. It only takes you doing that a couple more times to shatter the glass, leaving it broken out on one side.
From there, he's gonna fucking grab this thing. He's gonna explore it, examine it.
Sure. It kind of feels like holding a dead farm animal. I don't know how else to describe it.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is a little sad. It's a little fucked up. It definitely seems like it was actively growing.
Did it seem conscious at a point? Or
No.
like,
No. Or you know what? Actually, what it really is kind of like. It's like a baby chick that's partially developed out of the shell.
So this like seems incompleted.
Yeah. It seems like, in another way, it kind of seems like a onion trimming that somebody's growing hydroponically in their window. Like it was a chunk taken off of something that was thrown into this liquid to kind of regrow. It does seem like the abominations you found in the sewers beneath the city, and you're starting to get the idea that it was probably the rejects that went down there. Because looking at yourself, you know, whatever this is capable of making things a lot more powerful than it has.
This man is heartless. I think he's gonna use like some of the glass to like mangle is the word I want to use here.
Right.
Like
pull it
he's
apart.
gonna make sure like like this can't continue.
You're gonna make sure it doesn't do what you did.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sure, easy enough. Are you doing anything else while you kind of cut into this thing?
From the shatter, would it be like a sizable shard of glass that could be used as a makeshift shiv if necessary?
Plenty. Yeah, you can add that straight to your inventory.
How much does that affect my attack mod?
It would be a
because right now I'm holding a hat 0 right now.
It'd be a -1 slashing weapon.
Oh, this is like worse than my fist.
Well, it also, instead of your fist being non-lethal damage, it's lethal, and it also has a attack modifier. It just has a -1. Yeah, because you're holding just a raw piece of glass.
Fair. Gotcha. Cool. I'll keep that somewhere on my metallic body.
Sure. As you stab into this thing, you notice how it works, and you start to get an understanding of your own body from it. The metallic seeming tubes and bits are held together by a waxy, spongy substance that is almost a mix of skin and flesh, that has hard bits in it, maybe from the whatever materials it used to reconstruct your body. but it is not an exoskeleton by any means, and it's just as easy as flesh to cut through.
Does it feel heavy in my hand?
It does. It feels soggy and heavy. It feels like it has a lot of water weight to it.
Gotcha. There's another tube with a similar creature in it.
Yes.
I think he's gonna do the same. Give it the same treatment. The same good old 1-2.
1-2 stab, stab, stab.
Yeah, the same good old 1-2 kill the undeveloped fetus.
Good. Now all of the tubes are fucked up. None
Yeah,
of
he's
them
gonna
remain.
unapologetically like just toss them on the ground after he's done mangling the bodies.
Fair enough. You struggle to call them alive. Anyways, you
The
have
corpses.
5 other ways that you can go.
So I entered from the leftmost corridor.
Yes, over here. That's where you were.
Oh, I think we're just gonna check like the closest door next to him.
So this one.
Yeah.
This leads out into a small room with a trash chute at the end.
Oh. Does this trash chute seem familiar?
No.
Oh, a
the other
different
one
trash chute.
was at This one, well, I mean, it seems familiar in the way that it's a similar kind of trash chute. But this one seems more industrial. The other one was just.
Does the facility seem familiar in any way to the first one that I visited?
No. No, this facility seems of a different make than any official or unofficial facilities that you've been in. In the back where the
Is just a
chute
trash chute?
is.
Oh.
Yeah, it is basically just a trash chute. It's a pretty big room. There's a trash chute in the back, kind of ominously. And in the room, there's kind of like a lot of operating equipment. It seems not like normal operating equipment, but looking at yourself, you can guess why that is. And around the trash chute, there's lots of nail scratches and claw marks from things getting dragged and shoved into the trash chute.
I feel like I should find a way to barricade that.
Well, I mean, this room wasn't
Um,
too badly burned. Most of the stuff is still intact. At the same
Gotcha.
time, well, never mind. I won't assume for you. Yeah, if you want to barricade
Yeah.
it, you can go about that.
Are there the tools you spoke of? Is there any tool that I would recognize? A scalpel or anything like that better than a piece of glass?
Yeah, there's scalpels. There's one thing that looks like a giant ice pick with like that looks like it's meant to be used with 2 people. So like imagine like a 2-handed lance-like ice pick that has a big flat top where it looks like a hammer has struck it. Like instead of using one person, it's 2 people. One person with a sledgehammer and the other with this pick. It's almost a lance in a way.
How big does it seem?
It's like 3 feet long. Pretty
Does that
sizable.
seem big enough to barricade the trash chute?
To barricade the trash chute? The trash chute opens inwards, and it's just a flat piece on the wall. It doesn't really...
Oh, it's an inward trash. That's not when you pull out. Gotcha.
Yeah, and
Oh, okay.
it doesn't seem to have a latch associated with it.
Oh, so you just like push things in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick up a scalpel and like toss the glass
piece of
shard
glass.
because it just seems like an upgrade.
Level up. Upgrade acquired.
Yeah. I'm just looting.
What is your awareness modifier?
My awareness is 0.
0. Okay.
Yeah, we love this.
I assume you're leaving the room now?
After I picked up the scalpel.
Okay.
And does the scalpel have any modifiers to it?
I think it would just be a slashing weapon.
Oh, so just +0 slashing?
Yeah. It doesn't have anything else. It's not a
Gotcha.
knife or anything like that. pretty sharp, but it's a really small blade. Yeah, just a slashing weapon.
Yeah, he seems like there's everything's done in this room. If you would move to the next one.
As you walk out and begin heading that way, when you get into the main chamber, you hear this loud bang resound somewhere in the floor above you, which, from what you saw in the beginning, there should only be about one more floor before getting to the surface. You're not too deep, right? You're 2 floors deep, but it's not an insane level. Like something fell over.
Gotcha. Real quick, as a side note, the walls of this area,
Uh-huh.
how would you describe the walls?
Very pragmatic brick. Like something you'd find in a service tunnel or sewage tunnel.
Does it seem climbable with hoops?
No, it's concrete and mortar. There are things in the wall and around them, like wires and stuff, that seem flammable, but the walls themselves aren't super flammable. Probably why these areas
Not
survive.
flammable, climbable.
Climbable, yeah, you can climb. There's little notches in them.
Gotcha. So I just heard a loud noise from above.
Though I should say that this room does not have access to the second floor like the other one did. The ceiling of this one has survived.
Right. Yeah, I think he's just gonna keep. So, the noise was a loud bang from from what I hear above me.
Yes.
That's just maybe a mental note as he continues to explore.
Man's making a mental note.
Yeah, mental notes right here.
The next room has a lot of supplies in it. This one is much more affected by the fire. It had boxes and crates, and is roughly circular. All kinds of different things arranged inside against the walls, and some space in the middle with a large table that, well, what was a large table that had some things on it, but it's pretty well burned. The table is half standing, but you imagine if you put anything on it, it would fall apart.
Sure. It seems everything in here is unsalvageable, or
Pretty well. If you searched around with a keen eye, you might find something.
I think he'll just scavenge around. He's a guy, but he's very raccoonish. Very, very raccoonish.
Very raccoonish. That's a good
It's
description.
true. I think he's gonna like fully use his mind, all analysis, awareness, and focus.
Okay.
I'm deciding how I want to cut it up.
Yeah, give me a second to get the difficulty.
Math is hard. Why are numbers like this?
Math is mathin'. I always divide it by the 10 first and then add the modifiers and adjust if I need to.
Yeah, it's not something I kind of want to. That's not math. That's what he wants? Yeah, that's what he wants. Okay, I have the numbers.
Okay, give them to me.
7 analysis, 6 awareness, and 3 focus. 4 focus.
4 focus. Okay.
Yeah.
As you search through these piles of ash, the grime and the grit gets to you. It's sticky. It has a grease in it somewhere. Same with the boxes. The smoke from this left some kind of a residue, pretty evenly caked over everything. You begin to understand with your analysis score the shape of the room, and your focus just perfectly keeps you from getting too distracted. while letting you take in all the sights. Your awareness, though, loses you. You find that as you're thinking about everything, you're not quite taking in specific details quite as well. But you do find with your analysis, as you look for kind of richer areas of search, something that does interest your little raccoon brain.
Is it something shocking?
Yes, it is something that has survived. It is a little handheld blowtorch.
Oh, jeez. How much does that weigh? Is that a heavy blowtorch?
No, it's held in the hand. I would imagine it's a pound. It doesn't have any fuel in it right now. It looks like it... Well, actually, it wouldn't have any fuel. It runs off of a pyromancy crystal.
Ah,
Yeah, we'll call it a pound.
okay.
You can cut through an equivalent of a 6-inch line of 1-inch thick steel per MP spent.
Gotcha.
You don't
Good thing I have that right now.
True.
Definitely have MP right now. Yep.
I mean, you can always go into play. You technically have it. You can just go into
could.
debt, you know?
Has not stopped me before.
That's a good point. It has not stopped you before.
So it's a blowtorch that lets me cut through, you said, 6 inches for 1 MP?
Yes.
Gotcha.
It's just about the heat. It's a rough equivalent of the heat and duration.
Gotcha. I think there's no paper, no paper survived here or nothing like that. Nothing to give me information.
No. And it doesn't really seem like there's much in the first place. Your analysis does, from the few things that you find, give you a little insight.
Would I know the uses of the pyromancy crystal if I were to take it out of the blowtorch?
That's a blowtorch. We're just gonna agree that's a blowtorch. If you took it out of the blowtorch,
Yeah, would I know how to use it outside of it specifically being made for the blowtorch?
there are lots of things you could do with it. It's just a power source, so anything that could take the element of fire could use it.
Gotcha. It's just gonna be a AA battery.
Yeah, it's a AA battery for things that burn shit.
Gotcha.
Kind of creates flame using MP.
Having a bit of a thought session here. Would that be something I could apply to myself?
Not really. You don't have a mechanism for channeling the power.
Gotcha.
It could help you cast pyromancy spells, but that's not something you do.
Yeah. I'm a freak of nature.
You aren't actually anymore. You're a freak of science.
You're right. Nature doesn't even have anything on me anymore.
Nope, nature has nothing on you in it. You have nothing to do with the natural world anymore. This is all man-made now, kin-made.
We love that. I think he'll go to the next room after picking up the blowtorch.
The next two rooms are conjoined.
Oh.
They're a large facility. And these have rows upon rows of what was preserved pieces of different creatures. And a large stock of what you assume is that silvery substance. That awful smelling substance that you were injected with that was in those tubes you smashed. Everything in here is thoroughly burned.
Jesus. Oh, nothing like seems preserved anymore.
No, well, nothing with not without damage. Some of the things are partially damaged, but not entirely consumed.
Gotcha.
A lot of the glass is still
Um,
there. Some of it melted into puddles.
with the things here, would I be able to like ascertain how long I was here since my last time, or like since I was last conscious?
Well, the fire's gone. Everything's
That's
cold
true.
and dead. Maybe not a specific amount of time since you were here, but it's at least been a day for all these embers to go away. Maybe
Gotcha.
maybe a couple days.
All right. And everything in here seems unpreserved anymore, burnt
Yeah, it was
ashes and
on,
things.
like metal and wood boards in cardboard and wooden boxes with explosive chemicals. This room really got fucked up.
Gotcha. I don't think you find anything of value in here, so I think he's just leaving, dipping out.
Yeah, taking a little bit of information that you can get and leaving. I assume that means you're going down this way.
Yep.
Sweet. On that staircase. Well, it's a staircase. First of all,
Oh, going up or down?
up.
Does the other room seem like the staircase as well, or is that leading somewhere first?
What do you mean?
Oh, that was the room I came from.
Yeah, the other one was where you came from. Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going up then. I think after hearing the noise, he will try to proceed with caution and stealth, which he's definitely great at.
Definitely great at. Yeah, you give me a check for it while I set up your.
With my -2 AP.
Mm-hmm. Your body is loud.
Um, he's gonna. Trying to think what attributes would be good for stealth.
Finesse, analysis, focus, even.
Uh, I think he'll use a mixture of finesse, focus, and awareness.
Okay. Said finesse, focus, and awareness.
Yeah. I don't like those numbers. Those numbers don't seem very satisfying to me, but will do.
Will they? Are you sure?
No, not at all. I have the numbers if you're ready.
Okay.
It'll be 3 finesse, 5 awareness, 4 focus. I think he's gonna prioritize um scouting first before like um approaching, like continuing to move forward. He's gonna make sure it's clear before he leaves, before he moves.
Makes sense. Um, as you move up, when you first approach this staircase, even you see it outlined in kind of dim light of the outside. You see peeking over the stairwell just the edges of what looks like a little face.
Oh,
Light just barely peeking on it from up above, but so obscured in the darkness that there's nothing you can really pick up about it. Just that it's there. It's
Something like a face.
just the same size as a head.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
You do notice
Can I
now, by the way,
recognize? Hmm?
there is a stairwell going down. It was just, you couldn't really see it in the darkness before. But all you can see is the threshold, and nothing else.
So I see the head on the staircase or on the floor above me.
On the staircase leading up, on the second flight of stairs. This is the
Oh,
level you're
okay.
on.
Um,
You can't even tell if its face is looking at you, but you can feel your brain assuming that it is. You feel like there are
Gotcha.
eyes piercing you, but there's nothing telling you that that's the case.
but this is something that I do acknowledge is there.
Something is there. Something is barely being outlined by light.
Could I recognize this as something? I don't have a good view of it, do I?
Nope.
This is why he's gonna. This is Spec. Spec is gonna go crazy. He's gonna toss the scalpel. He's gonna throw the scalpel at it, get its attention if it doesn't. If I don't have it already.
Okay. Give me your scores for throwing the scalpel.
Throw the scalpel.
So this would
I thought maybe
accuracy is to
with
hit
focus?
things, huh?
Accuracy. Accuracy is aim.
Yes, aim.
That'll be a calm 8 for aim.
Okay, no real power, just making sure it makes contact.
Yeah, not to hurt it, just to like get its attention.
Okay.
I'll do. Let me change that actually.
Yeah, purely into aim is kind of like an underhand toss.
Yeah. It'll probably be 7 aim, and God, thinking's hard. That's +3. I think it'll be a mix of like aim, focus, and awareness, just to like. I'm not threatened by this, but I don't want it. I want to be ready for sudden movements, kind of.
Ooh, okay. So the focus and awareness are to respond to whatever happens.
Yes.
Okay.
So it'll be.
Hold on. Let me write that down real quick.
Yeah.
You said aim, focus, and awareness?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be 6 aim, 6 awareness, 4 focus.
Okay. You throw the scalpel and you just barely, like, it is solid hit, lands, sticks in to whatever this is, and it shuffles and moves, and you hear something kind of like shuffle down the stairs.
Oh. We love that.
And the lump is gone.
Oh, it goes up the stairs or down the stairs?
You do not have enough light to know what happened to it, because all you see is the outline disappear.
Oh. We love that. He definitely won. Spec won that. He's gonna go up the stairs triumphantly.
Spec won. So Spec succeeded that.
Yeah, he's gonna go up the stairs triumphantly. I think he will have not the blowtorch in his hand as a makeshift light source when he needs to use it.
Okay. You did succeed on the focus and awareness to react, but I assume since it did not jump out at you that you did not want to do anything with that.
Correct.
When you go up to the top, you see looking down, head facing you, barely outlined in this light, a body, maybe of one of the researchers, something definitely kin. It's been dead for a while.
Oh no. So I threw my scalpel in a corpse.
Well, its body is missing pieces.
What pieces is it missing?
Oh, it's hard to tell without making any more light, but it's definitely missing its arms. And, well, it does seem to have its legs. There seems to be bits missing out of its side. And your scalpel definitely isn't the thing that pushed it down the stairs.
Hmm. Gotcha. Is there anything of value on the person? Anything that like I could take off of them if they have anything?
Do you search it? You're gonna have to use your hands. There's very little light here.
Um, yeah, he's gonna. Was there light downstairs?
There was some. Well, actually, let me think about this. Yeah, no, it would have been from the consoles of those tubes. Some of their lights would have been on. There was a couple emergency lights.
It would have been brighter down, the floor down.
Mm-hmm. The stairwell
He's
doesn't
gonna
have shit, though.
carefully. He's gonna carefully try to drag it downstairs to like examine this body.
Okay. You pull it out into the
How would
light,
you?
and in the emergency lights, you get some more details. Where is my mouse? There it is. You see that the wounds on its side extend almost entirely across the torso. You see that its foot on one side is gone. You see how the arms kind of go out, but are like the bone shards sticking out. And on this side, it's ripped off entirely, so not clean. And you see there's a couple of sizable holes in the head.
Gotcha.
Kind of stabbed in at different angles. The body itself, though, as mangled as it is, does have a little ID card.
Yeah. If I pick up the ID card, do I recognize this person, or is this just essentially like? Actually, would I know what this is? I do. Let's start basic. Would I recognize this person from the ID as somebody that worked in the universities with me?
Not with you, but you recognize the face and the name. They were around. You're pretty
They
sure.
were indeed. They were a co-worker essentially.
Well, yeah, kind of. They were another professor's TA, you think.
Gotcha.
Or something similar. TA, grad student.
Could I recognize what kind of, not what kind of thing, how the injuries were applied? Was it like a slash, a bite, a cut?
At a glance, messily, if you can make a check if you'd like, if you want anything more specific, but this arm was ripped, this was bitten, this was stabbed, and this was cut.
Oh, he just got jumped. That's what happened.
Dude got fucking jumped, yeah.
He got jumped. I don't think there's more analysis moves at all. This man's dead. He doesn't need the parts anymore. I'm gonna, like, from where his shoulder is, the remaining shoulder he has, the other hand, I might just, like, cut that arm, or, like, rip that arm to just carry.
Wait,
Because if I recognize a bite,
this?
like that stub, whatever
Yeah.
that stub is, I'm just gonna like take a stub of them.
I'm just gonna take a stub.
Yeah, because if I notice that there's a bite mark, I'm just gonna assume that like something was hungry, and this was satisfying enough for it to be a meal.
Yeah, this bone is not on, this arm is not on a little bit, and this side is not on. So you're saying
Yeah,
you're taking
he's
this
gonna take an
bone.
arm
Yeah.
or like what's left of something. Yeah, anything with flesh that could be used as bait.
Hmm. Fair enough.
And if he doesn't eat it, he could sell it.
Hey, take this mangled ass arm that a dog chewed on. I'll sell
Get
it
this
to you for
bone.
3 trottium.
Just a little bit of opium, please.
Just a little bit of opium, please. You're going up to your opium dealer, please.
I'm just a little guy.
I'm just a little machine. You're not gonna let me die, are you? Okay. Do you head back up the stairs?
Yeah, he'll head back up the stairs. You gotta explore. He needs to learn. Upstairs, or like moving upwards, do I see like the light of an emergency light, or is it pitch black upstairs?
Upstairs has a lot more light.
Gotcha.
Upstairs has daylight.
Oh, are there like windows and stuff? I assume.
Yes, and also just the ceiling is fucked up. Though it's far
Oh,
less burnt. But it's not windows. It's like it is windows. It's like little basement windows, you know? Like there's a little
like the little grate stuff.
yeah. Those little grates
Gotcha.
up by the surface.
Wait, so is this the top floor, or is this the floor under the top floor?
This is basement level 1.
Gotcha. So in my mind, assumingly one more floor to escape.
Yes.
Gotcha.
As you look up at the doorway for just a moment,
Of course, of course.
you see this little tail, maybe? Outlined in the light.
Is it bright enough for me to like get a good grasp of the situation here, or is it like as dim as some of the rooms downstairs?
This room's less dim, but the tail is there for a moment, and then it's gone. It pulls back into the room silently.
I've seen something.
You've seen something. It's hard to describe, but it's almost somewhere between a tail and a spider leg.
Ah, two very
Regular
common things. Yep.
Yes.
Do I see which room it entered, or did it go through like a hallway?
Well, if you go up, this area is a large, looks like a chemical manufacturing warehouse. You know this building, actually, on the university grounds. It is a, what is called manual alchemy. It's a chemistry building. But it's for all the non-magical chemistry. So you see these large copper cylinders in what is about midday sun, moving between.
Okay.
And here, you see the door that you moved through was blocked off on the other side at some point. But this whole area is covered in dust. A little bit of ash, but it seems like it was cordoned off for maybe future rebuilding. You're not entirely sure.
Gotcha.
There's lots of tubes moving throughout. Copper nature. You see conveyor belt. You know what all these things are for. You've used this facility in the past.
Yeah. Does anything here seem to be working, or does it seem...
It seems like the power was shut off, but it doesn't seem too damaged.
Gotcha.
See the windows at the top.
And the... I'm gonna call it a creature. The creature that I saw, or he very easily could have hallucinated. That is on brand for him to hallucinate about that. Did he see where it went to, or where it like scuttled off to?
Nope. It didn't make any sounds, so it's hard to tell exactly what it did.
Gotcha. Is this like so from the stairs onto this floor? Is this just one floor, or is there like other rooms in here?
You find that, well, you know from your experience that it is one large kind of warehouse room. It doesn't really have much of anything else.
Gotcha. Would I know where the stairs to the ground level is?
Yes, you know how to make your way out. It's weird being in this room without any artificial light, because of course the few windows don't do too much, and lights were always on. People were always kind of in here doing something, because reactions were taking place over days or even weeks. But now it's completely shut down, and you don't hear anything from outside either. Harbinger, thank you for the follow. Welcome. If you have any questions, let me know. This is a TTRPG that I've made, and we'll be releasing late fall, early winter-ish. Oh yeah, the Hearth command. Thank you for making that.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
useful.
Useful indeed.
Yeah,
It's
I was looking for
diceless. Yeah,
something.
it's in the command.
I'm not kept around just because I'm a pretty little boy. Dude, I didn't know what to say. Um, I think so. He realized that something was nibbling on this boy, and I think before he'll make his way to the where he remembered the ground, the stair being,
Okay.
because he's not bloodthirsty. He's not gonna try to do something for no reason.
You mean more he's apathetic?
Yeah, he's not gonna go out his way to battle.
Do shit that he doesn't want to do?
Exactly. He's living his life. So I think he's gonna move with like not stealth, but like
Careful.
he's gonna be on guard. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely gonna be on guard.
Put any points in if you want that to mean anything.
Yeah, like he's gonna do that with I think resolve, focus, and awareness.
Okay. Resolve, focus, and awareness.
Yeah. And then when you like stuck down, I had to like do math on a pen and paper because I'm not smart.
I do the same thing. Nobody's smart. It's all a lie.
Yeah.
Resolve, focus, and awareness.
Oh,
Are you not good at these things?
I'm deciding about like how I want to do things. Also, I have to remember that I can't. I have to put a point in minimum.
Yes. You have to put 1 point in minimum.
I remember that. Okay. It is a 5 resolve, 4 focus, 6 awareness.
Okay. So you're moving towards this exit.
Yes.
Got it. this place is decently underground, but it was made so that things that were brought in, very heavy machinery and whatnot, could get in here easily. There's catwalks above for various reasons. There's also all these large shelves right by the door that are kept for, well, staff and just personal belongings of the researchers that worked here, various ingredients.
I should ask before I make rash decisions. Does the door open inward or outward?
It opens inward.
Ooh.
You see nothing particularly in the way. And as you walk, you notice that under the stairs, specifically with your check, that was 1 point away from being perfect.
Ooh.
Not as soon as you would like, but before it was too late, there are kind of like flat stairs, only the top is shown. Underneath one of the steps, you see little yellow eyes waiting. Once you notice them there, you notice them further down the steps. You notice them hiding behind boxes and in shelves. You notice up in the catwalk looking down on you. It all starts becoming more and more obvious the more that you look around.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, they stick to the shadows under the stairs, behind the bleachers, away from the sun. Door is
So
right
these are like
there.
small sets of eyes.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the size of a cat.
Gotcha. Is it possible to use the blowtorch to get a better view, or is the flame too small?
It does produce light. You can also kind of like turn down the blowtorch so it's not as focused, right? It's part of the turning it on and off. If you put it to its kind of max light producing setting, I would say it probably lasts at least 10 minutes on a single MP. But it's not going to cast more than 2 feet of light around you. You could read by it without, well, as long as you could not burn the thing you're reading.
My fireproof book. Have you ever heard of Fahrenheit 451?
But for illuminating the room, it is a poor substitute to actual light.
Gotcha. I could see the eyes. Is it like the eyes are hiding under stuff, or is it just they're being like they're purposely out of view?
They are purposefully out of view. You can see some of them are behind things on shelves. That's what these single dots are. They're kind
Whichever
of
eye
weird
is
little
whichever
spots.
pair of eyes are closest, he's gonna toss an arm at them. He's gonna toss the arm at them. Just throw the stone on.
Sure. Closest?
Yeah,
Probably
whichever
the ones at the
eye.
stairs. Do you want to throw it like away from the stairs?
No, throw it at him. Just straight chuck it at them.
At the stairs, it hits. There's the bang of the arm, and a number of the eyes back up, or really disappear into the darkness. In total silence.
So it's closer. I'm gonna assume that they're just avoiding him. because he has that energy to it. Let's see. How could we make this simple thing terrible for myself? He's gonna he's gonna ready the lifelike fire.
Mmm.
Yeah, thing. He's gonna grasp it, and
You have a
he'll just
little
be
egg sack of spell
yeah,
in your hand.
he'll just be ready to like throw it down like a smoke screen, without with a blind confidence. Throw it down on him over itself in the area, like have it splash on him if it needs to.
Okay.
But yeah, he's gonna slowly walk up the stairs and wait. He's gonna. Is there a way to do this for like predict is for combat, or can I put points into predict?
You can technically put in points for predict at any time. It would just give you bonus points for one round against a
So
specific thing.
Yeah,
It doesn't really work unless you're contesting something.
yeah. I think he'll do this with like focus and awareness, just to be ready to like move.
Okay.
Oh, it'll be. It'll be 7 awareness, 6 focus.
You have readied yourself.
Yes. Just to walk up the stairs, ready with what could be like a healing potion or a nuke in his hands.
It really is kind of 50-50, isn't it?
Yeah.
You begin to take steps up the stairs cautiously.
Do I notice the eyes like tracking me or ignoring me or?
Very much so. Beyond that, even, when you look back into the warehouse, when you turn around as you're checking, you see all kinds of little eyes poking out. All different areas, things that you passed right by and you never noticed. Some further away, some closer. That's not meant to be that big.
Real quick, I would know that this was the floor that I heard the bang on, like the loud noise.
Yes.
Okay. Just information for myself.
Mm-hmm. You slowly get up the door, and do you open it?
Yeah. He has confidence.
Well, the confidence does you well. No need to use your egg sack at this point. We're never gonna not call it an egg sack now.
Of course. Sacco spell. Trademark.
Sacco spell. It's the new hot thing. It's the top toy this Christmas. Get it at fucking Walmart. Sacco
Looks
spell.
very good.
Outside, the light opens up, and you find that you are pushing against essentially police tape. It's not exactly the same, but the area has definitely been cordoned off, and you don't see anyone on campus right now.
Do I see police?
You see the remnants of them, but they're not actually here.
Oh. Like nobody's present as I open the door.
Nobody's present as you open the door.
He's gonna also make sure that when he closes the door behind him, if he's gonna leave. If there's nothing stopping, he's just gonna walk out the door.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna make sure nothing like leaves with him.
Good point. You go and close the door.
Yes.
As you close the door behind you, you see hundreds of eyes looking back at you, none of them being particularly wanting to go out into the sunlight. You move under the tape that's there. It's pretty easy. It's just keeping anyone from going in.
He's gonna keep a mental note to Let me write this down for myself. I'm just gonna want to revisit this place when I burn it.
Get rid of it entirely.
Yeah.
On the ground, outside, you see again a familiar red spiral.
Of course. I tried to draw that spiral myself, and I just failed.
It's not as easy as it really looks, is
It's
it?
hard. It's hard. I
Symmetrical
kept on
as.
ending up like the Atari symbol.
Sitting on the ground. Around you, you don't hear much, but you do begin to feel rain.
Oh no, my circuitry.
And
So there's
thunder in the
nobody
distance.
on campus. Is it like the campus has been like shut down for like police investigation?
Seems that way so far.
I don't know the first place he's going. If this is the campus and nothing's changed, he's gonna go right to the director that hated him. He's going right there.
Oh, that building?
Yeah,
You go
the
there.
one that he did set fire to as well.
Yes. Another thing you set fire to, of course.
I think he's a little bit of an arsonist.
He's a little bit of an arsonist. Green grass is lush,
A little bit.
but it's poorly maintained for this university. You see the walkway has kind of been encroached by the grass. Stepping stones that are, well, to be quite frank, mostly surrounded. What was
Oh,
once...
above ground. Would he be able to get a date, like what day it is, or how much? Would he be able to like verify how much time passed?
Well, considering how everything was so manicured when you went down, you're starting to look at a lot more than a couple days. The stones have even sank down into the grass.
That's a long time.
And the building with the director's office, it is abandoned and burned.
Like ruin abandoned, or like
It is old and abandoned. It is broken in.
ruins at this point?
Very much so. You see there's char across the top of the building, and the windows are shattered. The inside, you see piles of debris and rubble.
Actually, she's acknowledged that a storm is coming, right?
Yes.
Or like, needs to be a storm. I think if he could find a place usable enough, he would probably weather the storm in the ruins of the building.
Sure. You see the old campus buildings in the distance.
Yeah.
They don't look too good either. No lights, nothing's on. It's all kind of faded away. This place has been empty for a very long time.
Like a number of years long.
A number of years long, yes.
Oh, oh, good heavens!
It has been a very long time. Inside of this structure, you find a large section of the second floor that hasn't collapsed, that you can take shelter under, that it looks like several animals have done the same in the past. Probably there's one in there with you that you're just unaware of.
Let's go. New pet.
New pet. You get a little raccoon.
Oh, you just like me for real, for real.
Just like you for real, for real. This whole area is not only destroyed, but abandoned.
Does it seem ransacked, or does it seem like it was natural causes that like eroded the building from use?
It seems like it was burned, and then it fell down over time.
Hmm.
You can see the char and the ash of the flames as they licked under the floorboards that you're looking up at currently, singed carpet, melted lampshades.
So there's nothing here that I could scavenge for like data about anybody or information about anybody.
Nothing that's recent, no.
Any spare notebooks? I feel like he would want to arm himself with a notebook, just a scientist, and he needs to write things down.
There's papers, sure, yeah.
He'll grab a stack of papers or something, a notebook.
You can take a little
something to write with.
A little journal. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll arm himself with knowledge.
Do you get rid of the used pages in the journal?
He would look at them, see if there's anything of value, but
It's just a secretary's schedule book.
oh yeah, so he's doing that. Oh yeah, I have to get rid of the arm and the scalpel. I don't have either of those.
Well, they're both gone now. You never picked
All I
it
have
back
is a
up from the body.
All I have is a blowtorch.
All I have is a blowtorch. That's it.
All I need is a blowtorch.
All you need is a blowtorch. That's a better answer. There we go. The rain feels nice. It's like your whole body was shriveled like a grape. You can see, even where you are, rain blows in from the window occasionally as the wind picks up. It doesn't bother you too much, though. You don't have that normal sense of getting wet or losing body temperature. It doesn't... The cold doesn't feel bad. You can tell that it's cold, but it's not like you're shivering or anything like that.
The cold never bothered me.
Exactly. Elsa is a biomachine. That's what we've learned here today.
Yes, sir.
The ash that had been caked into you in every nook and cranny is beginning to melt away, and there's this milky gray slurry that comes off of you with the rain. And as it does so, you can see more intricately kind of the way that you've been made and what you've been pieced together. Vents unclog, and you're able to breathe a little bit better, which you weren't even aware of before because, well, you had never been in this body before. What was dull gray pieces now are slick black. And you can feel the wheel in your shoulder move smoothly instead of clunking along as if it now has a little WD-40 in there. And things are generally kind of coming to pace. It has that wonderful fresh rain smell. It's, if not the first rain of the season. Huh?
The word for that is petrichor.
Oh yeah, isn't it the stuff on plants that keeps it from growing and it comes off with the rain?
No, petrichor is the name of the word used to describe the smell after rain.
Fantastic. Petrichor.
Yeah, the more you know.
The more you know. I didn't even know that had a name.
Yeah.
It's strong.
It's a very strong name.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say the petrichor is strong.
Oh, that too, yeah.
The smell of petrichor is thick in the air, along with the dust of the building that has kind of settled and, well, it's about as open as you can get now, so it's not exactly like mildewy. Maybe some of the rugs and things like that. You can hear the wind. But you don't hear any of the city life or anything like that. It just seems rather empty.
I feel like he will just rest until is it midday or is it like turning to noonish? What's the time? Like what's the time of day looking?
It would be early morning. We're talking 10 o'clock.
Oh, early morning now?
Mm-hmm.
What is it called? The event that essentially like the passing of time.
What do you mean?
That like helps you recover from flight. And the
Oh,
light,
the echo. Yes.
the echo, yes. Would I have an idea of how long till the next echo?
On the like here in this point in the world, it happens like 6 in the morning. So you're gonna have to wait basically a full day.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's not gonna wait that. Oh, somebody joined. Hello.
Ooh, hello. Welcome.
I think from here he's gonna try to. The rain isn't bothering me at all.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't seem that way. I think he's
In
gonna
fact,
try to.
it feels nice, if anything.
Yeah, sure. You like that. He's gonna try to go to like the tallest point of any of the buildings he knows on campus. And he's gonna try to just get a vantage to see like what's happening in the city, what's happening in the area.
You're gonna go into one of the side building, one of the dorms.
Yeah, where I could just get the tallest vantage point.
Okay. Your old science wing is near, and it's just about as tall as anything else. So you go in to climb that. The inside of it is quiet and pretty clean. They locked it down pretty well. This seems untouched, unransacked, you could say. You make your way through dingy halls, lit by just the soft light coming through the clouds. Raining hard enough to hear through the glass, but that's about it. Otherwise, the building is entirely silent, with the subtlest distant thunder. It gets a little bit clearer as you go up. You get to the roof of the 5th floor, you look out over the city, and you see quiet.
Why?
You see empty. You see trees are growing nicely. But that's about it. You see no people.
Gotcha. I think we'll just take the time to explore. See what's. I'll leave the. Is there anything that he wants before he leaves from the campus? Anything that he would love taking?
I don't think so. I mean,
I feel like if the police did their job correctly, he wouldn't have Scare open.
you can try to get into your old room. You have a knife in your office.
I think that'd be worth picking up.
Yeah, you got to get through the door though. It's locked. Dark as hell too.
Damn it. He'll use the blowtorch and just burn the door, like burn a hole through the door.
You know what? That fucking works.
He'll just find a way to do it.
That'll take an
go to
MP.
one flight. Yeah, let's go to one flight. He doesn't see himself in danger of needing MP readily.
Fair enough. You see that inside there is a nice nostalgia that comes to you from this room. Everything is as it was left the day that you were taken. So a couple of things knocked over, but in general, a lot of your work is still in place, a lot of your research. But you go in and you take the knife. It's not massive, but it's definitely useful for stabbing.
Really like that knife once not good. Any modifier to it that I should know?
It has slashing and piercing. Lethal weapon.
Any attack modifier? Or plus 0?
Oh yeah, its attack modifier is finesse. So
Oh.
based on that. I forgot to
There's a
mention
plus
that
one
with
for
the
A.
other ones.
Yeah. That's why. Cool. Any opium in my any spare opium? I may be a robot, but I still have feelings.
You would have a stash of opium. I didn't think about that, but yeah, there would definitely be opium
Yeah.
in here. They didn't search your
I
office.
mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not doing a very good job of being policemen.
Well, it doesn't seem like this area was necessarily touched by the police. This area seems like it was maybe just shut down by the like the janitor. Closed up.
Uh, I think it's just gonna pocket that, keep that for later. Never know when you need some opium.
Well, you are hungry now.
Am I hungry for opium?
Well,
Am I gonna
yeah.
write this up?
You haven't gotten any energy in all day. And however long you were unconscious, though you were feeding on other things at the time. You just kind of know that you need it right now, to some level. It's not the same as an addiction. But you feel something.
I think it's time I just consumed. Does opium have calories?
Nope. But you're a bio machine now, so you run differently.
You're gonna. It's gonna be a little confusing. I don't know how I feel try to take opium as a bio machine. Because it's not smoking anymore, I don't think.
No, you can still smoke it.
Oh, he's gonna get lit.
Kind of. You'll see.
Oh my. How does he get lit? Maybe popular B drugs, as you know.
You have all the things you need in your office, right? You were an addict before
definitely.
your Phyrexianization, as we've been calling
He's
it.
gonna pick up one of his pipes and just pack that up over him.
As you smoke in your office, as you've done a million times, there's a dark spot above your desk where it's gathered and where it's vaulted enough that no janitor is going to give a shit about cleaning it. The familiar becomes unfamiliar, as the sensation is not a high as it would normally be, but you feel the smoke go in through your mouth, as it can be best described, and into the pipes circulating throughout your entire body. You see you inhale and exhale simultaneously, and you can feel the energy of it connecting with all these different points. Smoke leaking out and kind of gently tumbling downwards in a bit of a waterfall out of all these different points through your arms and chest and legs, cloaking you in a wreath of smoke as you pour through what is now your fuel.
Gotcha. So I feel, I'm not gonna say refreshed, but like fully charged? Question mark?
Yeah, ready for a day.
Gotcha.
You have at least 2 more opium rations in this little stash.
That's even close to. Oh. I think the first thing on my mind is to think about the director and like, thinking scientifically and as lazily as possible as a good scientist does.
Mm-hmm.
What would I know as what would I know as the lifespan of a Vi? Like, would I expect the director of now, if alive, to have been dead of natural causes?
Well, you don't know how many years it's been. It's not that short, so easily could be still alive, if this is kind of the minimum time has passed. Probably is still alive, I'd put it that way.
Gotcha.
She
He
probably
has a duty now. He
had
has a goal.
Yeah, she probably had a solid 30 years. Yeah, you have a goal. Revenge!
You
Classic.
have a goal now.
You're not a hero. You're not an anti-hero. You're not even really
Yeah.
a villain. You're just a fuckwit. You know, you're just
Oh.
kind of a funky little raccoon robot. Trash Tanuki.
True. From the. I know that this is the campus. There'd probably be a database. So would I know of a database of teachers, or like where information, where personal information of staff would be?
Well, there aren't exactly computers. There
There
are
could be
books.
file cabinets.
Yeah, there are plenty of file cabinets. On teachers,
Yeah.
that
On
would have
staff?
been in the director's office, which was second floor of the very now destroyed building you were in.
Dread. So that those papers are like destroyed.
Yeah,
Remember
if
the
not by the
name?
fire originally, time would have taken them by now.
Do I remember the director's name?
No, actually. You don't even remember exactly what her face was. You don't remember a lot of things from your past.
I just remember the feeling of hate.
The feeling of hate, the rough idea of what happened. You don't remember many people. You remember what you did and what was important to you, which was your work, your alchemy. But it's like the importance of all those memories changed. So that what was important was relegated to being unimportant and kind of gotten eaten away by your mind. And the unimportant that had already been taken out the dumpster, of course, wasn't recovered. So your memory is spotty at best.
Gotcha. I'm starting to think about it again in the manual alchemy lab. That body, how would I be able to remember how fresh those wounds were?
Some of them were, well, I mean, you couldn't quite see, but it was pretty extreme. Some of them were very old, and some of them were, well, rather recent. The body itself was decrepit, but it wasn't rotting. It didn't seem years old, but you didn't exactly get a look at it. It was just under thin emergency light. That was honestly probably not even at full power.
Hmm. I feel like it's only right for him now that he feels a bit more prepared. He's gonna go back in there and like research what those eyes were, or like get an answer. He doesn't like to have questions without answers.
You stand up with conviction as you move through the small layer of fog that you have created from smoking opium in your room, opening the door, releasing
A
a
little bit,
world, and at the end of the hallway, you see something you kind of really wish that you didn't.
Oh. The hallucinations are kicking in.
Huh?
I think, oh, it's just the opium.
Mm. Oh, you wish.
Oh.
End of the hallway. And the light streaming in through the windows. You see the window side. The hunched figure of some fucked up dog person? You're not entirely sure. It sits uncomfortably on four legs as if it was a person. But its hands are wrong, and its general size is wrong, and its head is oblong as if it had a snout. Looking at you from the distance.
I wish I had that arm still.
You wish you had what?
That arm still.
Ah, the arm. It's hunched almost as a gargoyle in this space. There's a tense moment where you're both looking at each other. You have a moment to do something. I'm giving you a reaction right now. So you have your AP equal to 5 plus your awareness modifier.
5 plus my awareness. That's 9.
You have 9 points then that you get to use for one check before things happen.
What's the lighting looking like? Is it clear enough to see this, or?
Yeah, you have light streaming in through the clouds through this window. So there is a solid amount of natural light.
I think he's just gonna analyze this fully, just like know what this is, or get as much information as he can about this.
Sure. What is your
that
check?
would be 9 analysis.
Just analysis entirely?
Just analysis.
With modifier included and
Yep.
light included? Okay.
Oh wait, 9 points, right?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Because you're missing one from using the blowtorch to get in your office.
Oh, I gotta actually.
Huh?
That is 13
Oh?
analysis.
Ah, okay. So, well, yeah, what's your modifier?
Plus 4.
Ah, yes. That's what I thought. So with...
Also, he has the trait locked on to. Where is it? Where is it? Mental insecurities and physical weaknesses.
Yes. Well,
Does he feel
actually...
insecure about anything?
Well... I didn't mean that to be weaknesses in all, like, mental, emotional, and
Yeah, I
physical.
Is
It's
there anything
unstable.
that I can extrapolate from that?
It is unstable, and it seems to be weak to what you would guess is bludgeoning damage. Its limbs seem thin. It just, in general, doesn't seem that sturdy, and seems pretty, pretty unstable. Distractible, feral.
Gotcha. Well, that was my check. But any information about it with the 14 analysis?
You see that it just has 4 limbs,
With the 13. Oh,
a large mouth.
gotcha.
You imagine that its biggest danger zones are not its arms, which are thin, but its feet that look like they have heavy claws, and its massive fucking mouth.
Gotcha. Does it seem focused on me? Like it's probably hungry.
Yes.
I wish I had that arm.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
How big are the halls and corridors in this building?
5 feet wide.
How tall?
Oh, they're pretty tall, like 8-foot ceilings, I would say.
Possible I'd like to climb up the wall with my hooves.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get that ready, because I'm getting its check ready.
It's time. Gotcha.
It's time to do. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Real quick, does this seem like it has the intent to murder me?
Oh yeah, this thing's gonna eat the fuck out of you if you let it.
Does that trigger murderous vampires?
Yes, actually,
I
correct.
am
You do
back.
steal
I
2
am
MP.
out of blood. I am out of light. Let's go.
Woo!
1 MP.
1 MP. Let's fucking go. We're in the positives, baby. I mean, that's enough to use the blowtorch.
Yeah, and that also gives me an extra AP. It doesn't fight.
2 very important things.
It is.
Okay, I am ready whenever you are.
Um, right. I think. I think I know what he's. Yeah, he's gonna be smart about this. I think first turn or first whatever this is gonna be just all into defense, just to see how it moves. So it'll be 11 defense.
11 defense.
Yep.
It charges at you across the floor, making a beeline for you with 4 in movement, crossing 20 feet. In kind of ragged, stumbling ways, and you realize its limbs are all they're not even with each other, so it has to move in kind of a strange way, using one leg to push itself forward and the other more to just stabilize, and it's off-kilter motion, but it's fast. And it throws in 7 attack and 3 into predict. The claws go wide as you easily back up, as you're just kind of waiting for it. But you can see that it's gotten a little bit of an advantage on you.
Gotcha. I feel like Spec's been waiting to see how this all works. I think he's gonna ingest the light water mind. He's gonna probably pop his potion
It's gonna take at least 1 point into finesse.
to do that.
Yeah, just pop it in your
Gotcha.
mouth.
Cool. Let me think about what he will do after that with 9 points free.
You can hold your points until after, like, well, until a certain point. It's up to you. But if you want to hold,
Would I be able to
points
like do 1 into finesse and then see the reaction and then do the rest of my points?
if you see what the thing does, you're getting into the next round.
Gotcha.
You can invest your points and then delay them until a specific thing happens, if it does. So, like, until you're attacked or
okay.
whatever.
Okay. Gotcha.
But if it doesn't happen, you just burn those points.
And how's predict used again?
You get bonus AP the next round that you can put into one score. All has to go into a single score. Based
Gotcha.
on the amount of predict you have over your opponent, or over whatever it is that you're predicting.
Okay.
Even inanimate
he's
things
gonna-
can have a predict score if they are hard to read.
Gotcha.
Or particularly complex.
I think he's gonna play this he's gonna play this very slow because he feels 100%. He's looking at this. This doesn't look 100%. This isn't looking too well. I think I'll get you this. Yeah, I think I have the scores in mind.
Okay, give it to me.
It'll be 2 in finesse because he has a +1.
Okay.
2 in finesse for the potion. He'll do 5 movement to back up. 5 in movement.
Okay.
I think that's 4 times. My movement is 5 times. That's 20 movement.
Okay.
And I think the rest in defense that'd be 1. That'd be 5 defense.
Sweet. You drink the potion. Let me... Before we go forward, let me read the potion first. The
Okay.
spell. And make sure I understand.
We love to hear that.
what this is going to do.
Oh dear. Light water mind. If this is how Beck dies, living through so much.
Nothing happens.
Cool.
Nothing happens. You drink the potion. You put.
Gotcha.
You said 5 points into defense.
Yes. And I took about 20 feet back. Made distance.
The creature put 9 points into attack and 4 points into predict.
Gotcha.
Biting you. Its teeth, as it swipes its claw to the side, it misses you entirely, but it sets it up into a beautiful position to go after your little leggy. And you feel sharp teeth
How much into attack?
digging into your leg. Huh?
How much did he put?
9. So you take.
I'm at 1. Or is it any natural? I don't
Well,
know
no,
how
your
it works.
defense.
Oh.
Reduces by 5. Yeah. So you
Oh,
take
that's
4
okay.
damage. Yeah.
Cool. I'm at 6.
You're at 6, and then also it clamps down on your bite, gripping you,
Cool.
and so you move backwards.
But I bring it with me. I assume.
Yes. It just
Cool.
it pulls back on you. So yeah, it has the same. Well, actually, what is your strength modifier?
My strength is terrible. It is -1.
Oh yeah, so it actually just keeps you in place. You can't move back.
Oh.
Brutal.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It has now caught your leg and is digging in deeper. It has +4 on predict.
Gotcha.
You can feel a searing pain in your leg as the teeth dig closer and closer to your bones. Well, it's basically your bones. And you see tubes and wires begin to split and fray. And you see fluid leaking out of you. The same silvery gray, almost kind of like a hydraulic fluid, or an embalming fluid, pouring out from your leg.
Right. Question. Using hooves as a weapon, is that bludgeoning or?
Huh?
If I kick with hooves, is that bludgeoning or?
Yes, that would be bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. I'll keep that in mind. I think it's time I go ballistic and just max, like essentially shatter the other vial as well. We love what's happening here.
Okay.
Everything is going fine.
Are you? Everything is going fine. You're
Everything's
at almost
fine.
half HP.
Everything's fine.
You're dying.
Kind of.
Everything's fine. It has bonus AP. Okay, hold on. Let me finish its round.
Yes. What am I gonna do?
I keep
assume I still
picking
need one
up my
finesse to use
tablet.
it.
Huh?
I assume I still need one in finesse to use the other one to shatter it.
Yes. I keep trying to draw in my notebook with my fucking tablet pen.
Oh.
Just like pen in
that-
hand.
oh, I'm
you
at
know?
I'm at 6 AP now. Right.
Yes, you're at 6 AP.
Oh. Do I have a modifier for my boost?
It would be strength.
Oh no.
You're not good at melee fighting.
You're completely right.
Yeah.
God, math is terrible.
Math is difficult. This thing is super simple. That's the only reason we're doing this. You know what? I should. The halls are echoing with just the sounds of scrapes and snarls, and well, this thing kind of just makes a choking sound. Actually, if it is kind of like just a frighteningly anticlimactic shuffling. Betrays
I see.
the very deadly situation you currently find yourself.
I hate it when that happens.
We hate it when that happens.
So
Not
I
the
think
fluids,
I have the
not
numbers
the
now.
fluids, indeed.
Yeah, my fluids are all over the place.
Your fluids are getting fucked. Okay.
So it'll be a. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a 2 in finesse, a 3 in attack
Okay.
with moves, and a 3 in defense. And if possible, I would like to kind of attack at his limbs where I know like they're weak, or try to like push him off with the hooves, kind of like kicking him back.
Got it.
But the flute, I will make sure the finesse. I'm shattering the potion on us. Like it'll splash on both of us.
Right. That potion is. It does do a thing. It is adrenaline.
Oh no!
So, this might be the only thing that could save you right now. We'll see. You alter the target's physiology, making their heart beat faster than it should. They gain +3 AP for the duration. When the spell ends, they must make a body save. If they fail, they gain 1 stack of exhaustion.
Ooh.
That's not how that's supposed to be.
Oh no!
That's supposed to be. I'll think about the balance of that later. It's supposed to be. You know what? I'm gonna change it right now. Duration
Yes,
4
sir.
rounds.
If I survive 4 rounds.
I didn't know bloodless is a thing. I'll put bloodless for a second.
So I no longer have my potions.
Okay.
Bye.
So how much defense did you say you have?
I put in that should be 3 to defense.
Buddy.
Is this how it goes out?
With its +4 and its considerable strength, this monster
Yep.
has 5 in strength to keep you locked down,
Okay.
5 in defense as it bats away
Okay.
your attack, and takes its other larger arm and claws the shit out of you with another 9 attack.
Oh, that's exact. I think that's exact. Yeah.
I think that fucking kills you.
Yeah, it does. Most definitely.
let me give your eulogy before I talk about what this means for the game.
Oh god.
The claws land in your neck, and you feel it pull across you as fluids spill out. You feel the gasp of air that you would expect. It hooks into your collarbone and pulls you down, and almost rips open, or it breaks your collarbone, pulling on your rib cage, and just begins to break apart your limbs with its limbs and its mouth. And the last thing you remember feeling is your neck ripping from its teeth. And
Yes.
just the sound of choking and fluids and the rain. As that is the end of Spec.
GG's.
Wow, well, congratulations. You finally killed him after 3
Let's go.
sessions. 3 sessions of trying to kill this fuck. I gotta
I'm very
say...
curious. I'm very, very curious. Before anything, what did that first potion? What was that first potion supposed to do?
Oh my god, okay, we'll
It
get
wasn't
your
ingested.
potions in a second. I'm so glad you asked. But real quick for everybody watching, that is the first death out of 8 years of testing that I have ever had in a campaign. And it's purely because for the first 2 whole ass rounds, you barely defended and didn't even attack.
Yeah.
You're like, this thing is a bitch. And in fact, it's not a bitch, and you really underestimated it.
All character.
I
all
was here.
character.
You
That's
were
just
here. Churl, you were here for the first character death. Oh man, you got tore the fuck up.
Yeah,
I
that
gotta-
was just in character.
We
In
gotta...
character, I would have died.
Yeah, we gotta play something for this. Let me,
Cuts the the common theme of
what is this?
guts theme and everything.
I would be, but I want to upload this eventually, and I would have to mute the audio.
Of course. I thought the only fitting thing was like Naruto's pain and sadness. Just like,
That is kind of, but it's a little epic. You know, it's the first time.
it is.
First of many, I would assume so. The system is,
Yeah.
well, technically there were deaths in testing that weren't part of a campaign. That was just combat testing, but that doesn't count. Because if you underestimate your enemy, it is confirmed. It fucking
Yes.
kills you. Everyone has been so cautious up to this point because they know how deadly the system is, but Spec was
Oh,
not
yeah, no.
meant to be.
He was an opiate addict.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no thoughts in his head.
he was a wild, terrible man. Rip Spec. But that spell.
Yes.
Let's see here. Which, Churl, there are 550 spells. I have to brag about that every time. It's not the most important thing, but it's certainly the most flashy thing. And they're all unique. No
Yeah.
two are anywhere near the same.
Yeah, this one did nothing.
Well, the first one,
Yeah.
a light water mind.
Mind.
Life into image. You breathe temporary life into an image, such as a painting, drawing, sketch, or mural. You may then either place something from your world into the art, or release something from within the art into the world. There was
is
indeed no art in your stomach.
Yeah, that was useless.
There was no images in your stomach.
Could have ate more random things.
Uh-huh. Yep, and the other one was, of course, adrenaline. We know the effect of that one. But,
that would not have helped.
you would have had to, like, devour a picture. That would have been...
Should have ate my notebook.
You should have ate your notebook. That's exactly what you should have done. And then you would have could have pulled out, like, a schematic of something. You know? Like, you just pull the blueprint out of, like, your mouth, I guess?
Oh, just breathe it out. My orifice. You know, I was hoping that... I don't know where I was going when I said I wanted the lifelike fire to splash on both of us.
You did give it an adrenaline boost to
Yeah.
absolutely shred you. But,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, in that situation, you got most of the benefit. It's just you died immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you know what? Let me check if blood looks thick.
I definitely, like, said my plan and then didn't follow through with it at all. I feel like climbing the wall.
Yeah, no, that would have been so useful. If you climbed the wall, it wouldn't have been able to get to you with its 4 points in a movement. And then you could have dropped on it, you could have run, but you were just like, it's fine. This is just a
It's
fucked up little
fine.
goblin.
Little dude.
It's just a little dude. And it doesn't even
Little
have that
guy.
crazy stats. It had 11 HP with no modifiers in attack or defense, with just a modifier in raw strength.
What?
Yeah, it just got predict on you every time because it could think. And you just kind of let it happen.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it has predict. I'm like,
Things go
What is-
south really fast if you're not paying attention. Yeah.
It was it was immediately realizing like, oh, I'm at 6 HP.
Yeah, it
That
did
means I
a,
have
it
6
did
AP.
a 7 attack right away, and you're like, I blocked that with my 11 points. That's fine. And then 9 into attack, 9 into attack. It just fucking
Yeah.
tore you to pieces. It had better combat sense than you did because it knew like, I got the first attack in. I can just keep going. You know, like
Yeah.
this dude's hasn't tried to hit me yet.
This dude's just praise like a painter.
That one, I can't deny. Pandas are pretty helpless in a fight. I mean, they're strong. Don't get me wrong. They're just not aggressive.
They were like, okay, I've been thinking about this during this whole campaign. It's been on my mind.
Yeah.
Like, pandas genetically are from a family of carnivores.
Yes.
They don't eat bamboo because it's all they know how to eat. Their body struggles to like consume bamboo.
Well, I mean, it's pretty good at consuming bamboo. They've had a lot of time to change. They aren't carnivores now. They only eat bamboo. They are herbivores.
And their body's terrible at digesting it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There was just more bamboo than fucking creatures. You know, don't judge them. I shouldn't say that. I know you're judging them. It doesn't matter.
I'm judging them so much.
You're judging them so fucking hard.
I'll drop a Kendrick diss on him.
Yeah, so, well,
Yeah.
congrats on everyone who was here. First official death, in Hearth.
I made it very hard for him to succeed. I cannot lie.
Yeah, you really did. I mean, he had a lot of cool traits,
He did.
but
I
you
didn't get to hear any
really just
voices
kind
in
of
my
threw
head.
caution to the wind. I'm gonna be real.
That's what Spec does.
That's what Spec does. That's what Spec would have wanted. Let me
It was just RPing to the max.
Yeah, let's just write out here in a. I don't know why. It's just that thing. You and we take a red and we just do a big old rip Spec.
Yeah. Rest in peace. I think there's like I never got whisper any voice. Nobody ever told me voices.
Nobody gave you any bad decisions because there weren't really bad decisions to have until that fight, and you just did them anyways. Oh.
Yeah.
Rip Spec.
Another-
Or is it with a K?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I
Something
can.
else no, that would have been stupid. That also would have been stupid. As soon as I got the 2 MP, I'm like, I should make more potions.
I should make more potions. I should be at -8 AP. I should
-9.
be.
It would have been -9.
You would have been fucking. Oh my god. You would have. You would have had 1 AP. You would have been a pathetic little Blorbo. I mean,
And I would have had to use it for finesse to use the potion.
at least you could have. Wait, do you mean like mid-fight?
Yeah, like at the start of the fight, after his intent.
Oh my
Yeah, with
god.
1 MP.
That's. Wow. You would have had to get like Heart of the Sun or some bullshit.
What was it, Child of the Night? To just hunt this thing down for me, my post-mortem.
Child of the Night? Yeah, no, it goes away when you die.
Oh.
That's the problem. I mean, maybe it would have intimidated it. I might have been able
I
to
don't know.
swing that for you, but
No, please let him die.
Oh no, he died. He died. I was
He was
looking at.
begging for it.
I heard you say 3 defense, and I was like, that's not enough. That's not enough.
Yeah, It's because I had 6 AP. I wanted to use my potion, so that was one point used already, and I wanted to attack to like get him off of me, like to push him off. And
You didn't
I'm
put enough
-1.
into attack. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already -1 with hooves.
You had a knife. I know you wanted to use the weakness, but you had a knife.
Yeah, I wouldn't have like stopped him from attacking me afterwards. I thought using the hoop would have made some space.
Fair enough. He just put enough points into defense.
He was just a shit house.
Yeah, I mean, he did eat
came out
you.
with he came out with like a Word F-150 linebacker. Man.
You're officially a part of the ecosystem. How does it feel?
Let's go. I'm boring than a panda.
Hey, the last thing you did before you got eaten was smoke opium.
And give him adrenaline.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's anything that Spec wouldn't have wanted. God damn. Rest in peace, Spec.
Yeah. So out of curiosity now that I can access questions and not feel bad, what were those eyes? Were they like rats or something?
They were little scavengers.
Yeah.
They can technically glide, but they usually just scuttle. They would have, if you hadn't thrown something or done something like that to spook them a little bit, they would have attacked you in mass. They were considering it. They were thinking about it.
Mm.
They're
I was trying to
pretty.
feed them.
They're pretty shy, but there was a lot of them and not much of you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to just feed them. I thought I was doing a good thing.
I mean, you did the right thing to not get attacked. Realistically,
like,
they would have
thinking about
attacked
it,
you,
though?
and then you would have killed a couple, and they would have backed off, right? Because they're not. They're just gonna go after you if you're weak.
Yeah.
They don't mind
like,
helping
the
the process
idea-
along.
Yeah, the idea of it all was if I went there and like exterminated them, which now I learned that potions wouldn't have helped.
You know what? I'm kind of curious. Let's see how many
What about extra
potions you
potions
have
of
gone
wisdom?
through until you found something that was useful.
Like
So
looking at the top of my magic deck to see what I would have drawn when I would have drawn the board wipe.
oh, you know what? Hold on. I can just do. Yeah.
Because like my idea going in was if I was able to like kill a decent amount, I would then reanimate them,
Hmm.
and that would have been useful. Because like they're small things, I would have imagined they're not constitutionally strong. So like they would have been like dropping like flies maybe.
Yeah, they're not that strong. No, they're just little vicious things, kind of like little piranha monkeys. Okay. The next spell theoretically that you would have gotten was Spark Cloud, fire, air, water. You summon a tangible red cloud underneath you that grants you a 4-foot fly speed. This cloud constantly rains hot sparks, igniting flammable materials underneath it.
Vor Orson.
That would have been so good. That would have been
Yeah.
so perfect. You would have been able to get away so well
Yeah.
with just that
Yeah.
one. Damn, you really got fucked by the RNG. With that first spell you made, I'm like, this isn't going to do anything. Consume? This isn't going to do shit.
Yeah.
It's hard to use that one at random anyways because it requires specifically, like, art or an image
Yeah.
of some kind. So,
I
yeah.
am an artist. No, this was exactly how I saw this happening. Expecting him to like die in some place. Nobody would notice him.
Some back alley, some abandoned building.
If it wasn't this, it would have been the overdosing.
Yes. That probably would have been it. You survived the last one by the skin of your teeth by a really lucky check, and now you die by an unlucky check. And I think that's
Yeah.
what would have Spec would have wanted. I think that is the ideal that he was going for. Yeah.
So give it to me straight. Was the director alive?
Yes, the director was alive. The director survived.
How mangled? How mangled?
Very mangled.
Is there like a hell?
Yes.
then I'm happy they're not dead.
So fucking
Fightful?
yeah.
He has a superiority complex.
It's perfect. Yeah. It's absolutely perfect. Also, Churl, let me know if you have any problems accessing the dog. It should be
questions. Or if you want to try one, I will cover for you. I have an extra point. I have enough points.
For what?
I'll just give Lift more work.
For a one shot. You know,
Yeah,
we're gonna stop those for now as we head into final production.
Gotcha, yeah.
But you can play it on your own. It's available. Assuming you can access the document just fine.
Also, don't be alarmed. I asked for this to be like a horrible thing. They're not all this great.
Yeah. Hearth actually is very good at sustaining any kind of emotion, which is surprising to me, but... Well, I guess not surprising anymore, but originally was pretty surprising, yeah. If you have any questions, let me know. Feel free to DM me too. You can message into the server as well. Honestly, we might keep this going. I think, realistically, I want to make at least one night a week where we're playing Hearth as I do it.
Let's go.
Will do.
Any one-shots
Hell
in the
yeah.
future?
Sounds good. Huh?
Do you have any one-shots in the future? Any upcoming?
Well, here's the question. Would you want to be a part of a campaign that's every week?
Oh, what days?
Well, that is the question. I have...
I do go to college.
Nothing scheduled right now. Well, I guess realistically it would be... Well... It could be any day as long as it starts at 9. Yeah.
Fair. That may or may not work for me because what's my schedule? Me definitely remembering my schedule. Me being professional.
Having a schedule, hell yeah.
Like, the school made me get a schedule. I won't. This isn't me.
This isn't me.
This isn't me.
I feel alien. I feel unwell.
Let me see what day my classes are.
Fair enough. And you can tell me later. It's fine. You can just message me the days that you'd be available. But I realize this is one. It's very fun, and two, it would be nice to do this more often. I miss the Mortal Terror, and now the Mortal Terror has been shown the possibility.
Yeah, we had Walter. Spec did not fear his life.
Spec was so funny. He was just like, I'm being eaten. Maybe I should back away, monster. Down, boy. Down.
I just expected to like clamp onto me.
He's got a mouth, doesn't he? I even specifically said that the mouth looked particularly dangerous, and it ended up killing you.
You did say that. That is something you said.
I did say that. You were warned.
Lift and never told a lie.
I've never told a lie.
Thursday. My classes are Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay. All of them? Nice.
Yeah, I try to do 2-day per week schedule classes.
Hell yeah, that's ideal. I wish I could do that with work. Fuck, I'd work 16s if I could do that.
I mean, to be fair, like I'm on campus from 8 a.m. to like 6 p.m.
Right, I remember having days like that.
Which is, oh god, that's 8. I have to wake up early.
Yes.
I'm a creature of the night.
You get up early twice.
A denizen, dare I say.
A denizen, you are a denizen. I mean, what do you wake up at today? 5? 6?
So like, I told you that like I got up at like 10, drank some apple juice, and then went back to sleep.
No, you got up I think you spent 4 hours getting up, starting at 4.
I mean, like, I got up at 10 a.m., drank apple juice, went to bed back at 11 a.m., and then woke up at 4.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, so, we'll start scheduling that soon.
I'm not opposed to that if it's not on Tuesday or Thursday.
Valid.
When's your weekend start again?
My weekend is Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, and realistically, I'm probably going to be putting this on some other day, considering other people's schedules.
Yeah,
But
because
gonna...
I'm realizing like Tuesday I'd get work. It'll be due by Thursday, and I'll have to just do it all Wednesday.
That's fucking funny that you did that to yourself. It's a little bit of irony, but yeah, we'll probably put it on other days. This is gonna be the final call. I'll at least grab you because I know you're available and consistent.
Yes.
And that's the important thing. So at the very least, it'll just be us, and if hopefully I can grab at least one more person. But yeah,
I have to like think of another character now. Now I get to go through the process of making a character again.
Yeah, now you get to make a character that isn't destined to die, because this one's actually gonna be in a campaign.
Yeah.
Which
I'll have
okay,
people taking care of me.
let's go over all your traits before we end today. And Churl,
What could have been?
yeah, Churl and everyone else who's watching. Just so you know, this is without any level ups. this is the base character. This one is particularly complex. This is about the highest end of complexity that you're gonna see.
Yeah, I want to give myself a headache.
So the racial traits of efficient operator.
You could show the character sheet.
Oh, I could actually. You're
I sent you
totally
the file.
correct. Let me.
I was smart about
this?
this. And sent you the file. I don't have to send you this one because he's dead.
And now he's dead. And now we delete this.
No, he's dead.
He's gone.
Excellent. Yeah, I never got. Yeah, I just realized, like, yeah, I never got a bad decision because I made them for myself.
Yep, you
I'm
made
the
them for
voice in
yourself.
my head.
So efficient operator. Magitech costs less MP. Climbing hooves, you can climb any surface. You almost used that one.
Almost.
Natural
Which one
pilot
is great?
of no penalty when piloting Magitech. That you're not familiar with is the second part of that.
Are you
Roulette
showing it on
magic,
stream?
which
I don't
is
think you're showing it on stream.
the classic, huh?
I don't think you're showing it on stream. Oh, no, never mind. Delete for me.
Yeah, I
Continue.
am showing it on stream. Don't jump scare me like that. That's a big
I designed
sheet.
the sheet.
This one is actually technically longer than it should be because yeah, Latrap made the sheet and made it a little bit bigger. But yeah, you can feel free to check it out. It's in the playtest server. This is the most complicated character that we've ever made. But you can make characters this complicated, and they play just fine, to be honest.
Yeah.
Roulette magic, you spend all 10 of your MP to create 2 potions at random that cost nothing to use. Murderous vampirism. If anything is aggroed with the intent to murder, you leech 2 MP. Opium engine, you consume food instead of opium instead of food. Schizo min-max.
Yeah, I realized that like I got from 6 HP down to 0, so I never got to hallucinate.
Yeah, you never got to do this, but every point of HP under 6, you get 2 points of panic. Every time panic triggers, you hallucinate until you heal. Lock on lets you spot weaknesses. Monstrous face, natural target for hostility, which is so brutal. If we ever got to civilization.
Yeah.
New metal body, weakness to electricity and water, resistance to fire and life. The voices that suggest you do terrible things to regenerate MP. You can sacrifice 1 HP to add 5 AP to attack check. Clinker.
That's such a good thing this guy did.
Negative 2 AP to stealth. And if they become aware of you, you cannot hide from them again until they leave earshot. And Father of a Machine. Transfer HP to a biological corpse to reanimate it with max AP on the corpse's death. Take damage equal to the transferred HP. The corpse may follow complex commands. Woo!
I would have been a menace with that last one. I would have been a menace.
That last one, I was waiting for the zombie apocalypse. But you died before you could use it, you know?
Yeah. As Cheryl said, it's a good thing I died.
Honestly, like, I'm so happy with how Spec went. Because despite him being that complex of a character, he was not clunky to play. Like,
Yes.
none of his traits, because like, let's be honest, we were kind of pushing the envelope with this one, right?
Yeah. Just the alchemy magical one was like, this is a lot.
Yeah, it was a fucking lot. But as a test, it was fantastic. And there's another character that I play in a off-stream campaign that somebody plays who has a lot of traits, and it still isn't clunky. So despite the character being complex, it doesn't make play slow at all, even in combat. Because the abilities are, well, fluid, I suppose.
They all feel like passives.
Right, they're all traits. They're just pieces of you, and it's the way that you imagine the character. Because, like, rather than D&D, Blades of the Dark, really any TTRPG I can think of, it's not set abilities. So you don't have to, like, try to create a character using pre-made parts. You just get to custom make the character the way you imagine them, and so it all kind of flows together really nicely that way. You don't have to think about all the little rules. It just interacts the way that you assume it did in the beginning, because you can just make it that way. I'm really glad it worked out like that, because I'm going to be honest, I went into this session, I was a little worried with the complexity of some of this shit, but it all flowed so nicely for the session. Which is
so what does this mean for, like, the world?
fantastic. What do you mean? Like, what happened?
Yeah, what was the spiral symbol?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess I should explain all of this. The spiral symbol was left behind for you to follow because somebody found you and kind of understood what you were, kind of didn't, because the world fell into a little bit of a mini apocalypse from the director's experimenting, because the things that she was making in the last bit self-propagated. So you had a little bit of a like do you know the apocalypse that Horizon Zero Dawn went through?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of that, right? Where biomachine created biomachine created biomachine. That's why you had the trait to reanimate corpses, because you got part of that trait. And yeah, because the person who found you was a psychomancer that knew who you were. There was a little resistance group. In the world, the local world was a little bit fucked, the last few cities, and it's just kind of like a general problem. It's kind of like a realistic zombie apocalypse where there is a response and the world doesn't end, but it's like a serious problem. It's like a plague, right?
Gotcha.
It's kind of like a long-term thing. Because it's creatures that can like create anything. Huh?
I was fiddling with my guitar pick, and like I lost it now. I don't know where it is. I'm in the dark.
Goodbye, guitar pick. Lost with Spec. It's Spec's
Lost
guitar
with
pick
Spec.
now.
It was. I'll name it Spec if I find it.
Good. I'm glad you're gonna name it Spec. Oh,
I like
this was so fun.
Another thing I was thinking of, the embryo-looking thing, like the undeveloped corpse. I'm like, I was wanted to reanimate that, but like, it would do nothing. It wasn't like alive in the first place, realistically.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. You couldn't. You couldn't have. You could have reanimated it, and then it would have immediately died. You know, like
Yeah,
its max
and I
HP
would just
is
taken the HP twice.
0. Yeah, you would have. You would have just taken double damage. Well, no, you would have tried to do it, but because its max HP is 0. No, actually, that's not a rule. It didn't say that you could
HP.
transfer more
Yeah.
HP than its max. Yeah, so you would have given it 1 HP and would have lost another HP immediately. Yeah. Yeah, that was really fucking something.
Yeah, I was like, there's so many decisions that I made that just like, for all that. No, I think that. No, throwing that arm was the right thing. I should have probably picked it on back up.
I think
And throw it at
throwing
this.
the arm was fine. Not picking up the scalpel was a little weird, and not running away. The way I describe Spec is that he was a very effective, but made occasionally really, really bad decisions. You know? Like, he wasn't bad at things when he had the right objective in mind, but it would occasionally just have the wrong objective. Like, let's ignore the demon dog that's eating me right now.
That's a scientist right there. He needs to learn what's happening first.
Yeah, he's like, what an observation.
This hurt.
It hurts a lot. I
It's the
seem
first
to
time
be.
this hurts. Second turn, I should do something to stop this from hurting.
Yeah, it's like, I seem to be dying. Let me try to. Well, too late. Look at that. The fury of battle. You hesitated. You hesitated too long.
It wasn't hesitation. It was a learning.
Yes. You know what? I'm gonna put a little kudos to Spec somewhere in the book. I don't know if it's gonna be at the end or the beginning, but I'm gonna put a shout out to Spec. The worst.
Just like
The worst
when we're
character.
going through how death works, you use Becca the example.
Oh, that would be good. That'd be good. Okay. Well, it's time to end stream. You know, it worked out time-wise.
Yes. It did.
It allowed us to have the very good conversation about pandas in the beginning.
God.
Okay. Sleep well, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be playing Death's Door, and pretty soon.
Raid?
Nah, I won't raid on this.
Okay.
We'll do it somewhere. I'll raid tomorrow, but yeah, I'll announce soon the day that we do the consistent sessions, because I want to build a bigger story to kind of show off, and then I'm probably also gonna be posting something in TTRPG subreddit, but that's a side point.
Oh god. I need to clip this. It's whole live stream fails.
Wait, what are you clipping?
Just my death.
Oh, just the moment that you die? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That is important archaeological work. I'm excited to finally have a good campaign, like a long, solid campaign, longer term consequences, because like that's one of the things with Hearth. It keeps pulling. It never stops pulling you in. There's no point where you hit maximum immersion. So one shots like this are cool, but it doesn't show off like a big part of the game. Maybe I could get I'll contact Rachel Whiplash and see if she's
Name drop?
available.
Oh, I remember that one. I remember that stream.
That's fine. You're fine. Okay. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Say
Bye,
goodbye,
Sean.
Lithrab.
Bye.